Okay, gang. So let's go day 2 of 3D modeling or SketchUp. Just a reminder here, you click on your waffle, click on SketchUp. Might take a little bit to load. And now when yours loads, again, it might look a little different than mine. You will probably just have the cube you made a couple days ago or whenever you did it. Um, I will have multiple files shown on there. Come on, internet, load, baby. There we go. So you can see I've also done some practice cubes, excuse me, other than the one that we did the other day. But here's my last modified was on 5.5. That's when I did that for you guys, I think. So we want to open that one. You can do it a couple ways. You could just double click on this square. You can click on the little dots and click open. Either way, so if I click over here, that goes away. If I double click this, should open that file. And there we go. That's what we worked on the other day. So just a couple reminders, like if you want to zoom in and out, the easiest way to do it is probably with your scroll wheel. You can go over here and click on that. But if I hit escape, that goes away. And you can use your scroll wheel. I scroll forward, it zooms in. I scroll out, it zooms out. Or scroll back, it zooms out. Let's say Bob here, we're tired of looking at him. We can get rid of him. You can go on your arrow, that's your select tool. Click and drag a box around him, and it selects him. Hit the delete key, bam, he's gone. Now, Mac users, I'm not sure if hitting, whenever I instruct people on a PC that are normal Mac users, when I tell them to hit delete, they always want to hit backspace. Backspace and delete are different. However, a Mac does not have a delete key, so I'm not sure if backspace does that or not. I think the other thing you can do, let's say, oh, here, I want rid of this so we can see our undo. Let's say we want Bob back. Let's undo. So you got undo and redo down here, which become very handy, of course. I put Bob back. Let's see if there's a way I can delete him without hitting the delete key. I'm thinking if I right click my mouse and I can go erase, does that do him? Yep. So that works too. Or you can probably hit the eraser tool. So the moral here is there's, and it's the same way in Inventor, there's many ways to do the same thing. You just got to find what works well for you. Like I don't use the orbit over here much, and I don't use the zoom over here much because I use my mouse. I use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. If you, let's see, click and hold, nope, not that, escape. So I get rid of what I just did there. If you click and hold the scroll wheel, right, the middle one, that turns into my orbit tool too, which becomes quite handy. So we'll put that back about to where we want to be. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. And let's make our box a little bit bigger looking here. And we're not worried about what the actual measurements are yet. We're going to get to that, I think, probably next time. Okay, we're going to add now a circle sticking out on one side, a square sticking out on another side, and a hole in the top. How do we do that? Well, we have to go first, and if we want to circle over here, let's find our circle tool. Right now, it shows a rectangle because that's the last thing we used. But if we click on this, in our tools that come out, we've got a circle. So I'm going to try to find the middle here. Look, if I slide up there, it shows me the midpoint there. Then if I go up here, it's going to show me the midpoint. I think, oh, maybe I got to get it here. Now it should show me both of them. Yep. So what I had to do, I didn't click anywhere. I just slid across the line and it showed me the midpoint on the bottom. Then I slid across that front line. It showed me that midpoint. Then when I move to it, it shows it. If I click and I pull out, right? Now I'm just going to pick a size. I don't want it too huge. It wants to snap too, which I can change that in my settings. So let's go the bigger one, right? There's a circle. Now we want it to stick out a ways. So what are we going to do? We're going to do what we did before and go to the push-pull tool, that one right there. We click on the circle we just made and we can push it, we can pull it, or we can push it. We're going to pull it out, let's say about half the distance of our cube. And I click and we get a circle sticking out, okay, a cylinder. Now, let's do a square over here. So we go to, now it shows a circle. We're going to go to the rectangle tool. And now I don't think Inventor has a rectangle where you can click in the middle first. This does not, it looks like. So I'm going to have to guess. Let's see, I click here. Now, remember, it will show me when I have a square. My first shape must have been an exact square. The blue line, I think, is showing me that we've got a square. I'm gonna, if watch, while I'm still on this tool, if I click and hold my scroll wheel, I can spin this, then I can see it better. Ah, yes. Now, you know what? I made a rectangle to start with, so I'm not even gonna try to make a square here. I'm just gonna make a rectangle. So it's the same shape as the one I already did. And then I am going to spin this a little with my scroll wheel so I can see it kind of from the side. We go to the push-pull tool again, and we are going to click and pull out. If I want to spin this, click and hold my scroll wheel, spin a little bit so I get it about the same as my circle. And now we got what was supposed to be a square sticking out, but it's a rectangle, but that's okay. Like I said, not a big deal right now. Okay, we're going to get some measurements on things later, and then we'll get them exactly how we want. Okay, so now we wanted a hole in the top. So we're going to go to what? The shape tool, we'll call it. It's on rectangle because that's the last thing I used. We're going to go a circle again. We're going to find the middle. I drag here, there, it found that midpoint. Go over here, it finds that midpoint. Now it'll give me both of them. I didn't have to click on them, I just hovered over them. Click, pull out, and let's make it about the same size as the other one. And then we're going to go push-pull tool. Hopefully you see a pattern here. We click on the circle. We drop it down a ways. Now, if we want to drop it farther because we hit the edge, we got to spin it. All right, let's say I go right about there and click. And now we've got, I'll go to my select tool, hit escape so I'm off of everything. Spin this baby around, and we've got what we call an inventor, a sketch plane cube, because we're sketching on planes. Seventh graders, a lot of this is kind of review for you, although it's a different program, so it runs way different. I had to teach myself how to do it. Seventh graders, you may remember making this thing from last year. Sixth graders, this is all brand new to you because you haven't done it. But sixth graders, you'll make this again probably next year on Inventor and just be able to see the difference of how the two programs work. But that is it for today. Pretty simple stuff, I think. See if you can get that done. And when you have that done, go ahead and add it to this assignment because I'll check each step of the way to make sure you're understanding and getting it done. So go ahead and add those exclusions, we call them, and then add it to the assignment. Okay, have a good one.